We role play, Polo.
I ain't gonna answer everything, but go ahead.
All right, all right. Polo, you need to stop right now. You know Lulu did that. You know she did it. And I'm sick of you. I'm sick of Gigi and all of y'all. Y'all was first out here. Y'all wanted to take Lulu down. Then all of a sudden y'all switch. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Hey,
And
listen
you
here.
laughing?
Hey,
It's
listen here.
not
Hey, listen
funny,
here.
Polo.
Hey, listen. Hey,
This is
listen.
not
Hey,
funny.
listen.
I'm so sick and tired of y'all.
Hey, listen.
Ain't
It's
nothing
funny.
funny
Listen.
about it.
This the reason why it's funny because some of our kids, nobody said nobody was innocent. Know what I mean? I'm not saying what you want me to say. That's the
Well,
problem.
y'all haven't been saying Lulu is a problem in a minute.
Well, no,
I
no, no,
want to
no,
hear
no,
y'all
because
say Lulu. Hell.
because that's the problem with the world now. Because they want the full focus to be on Lulu, and they won't
Cause
pay attention
Polo,
to the
that
and
bitch
they
is
won't pay.
getting away. She's getting away. And
Hey,
we not
listen here.
talking about her.
Hey, listen
We
here.
need to talk
What
about her.
talking about her? What is that gonna solve?
Everything. Because every
No, it's
time we
not.
talk about her, she come back out, she say something, and then
That's
we can
not.
get
That's not
closer
true.
and we can
That's
find out
not
where
true.
she at and we can get her
That
ass locked up.
that's not true. Lulu don't come out and say things. I'm tell you something. Lulu has only open spoken certain times and only when certain things were said. That's it. Lulu ain't been openly speaking. Know what I mean? I don't know where people get that from. Oh, she just been speaking. No, she haven't. No, she haven't. Or whatsoever. It's not even me taking up for Lulu. Is the point being is that
It
if you
feels like it, Polo. It feels like it.
it
Why
don't
don't
matter.
you want to say
It
Lulu
don't
is horrible? She's evil. Don't she do voodoo and stuff? And
well,
look
you
what she's
know,
doing. Everybody is arguing. She's doing this, Polo. She's
hey
got her
man,
voodoo paws and
hey
everything.
people
She's
so
doing it. She's
people,
behind it. They said she's Haitian. She's
people
doing this shit. And
hey
y'all
listen
don't
here.
see it. Oh my God.
Hey,
This is
people
all
so
her.
people so caught up in their fake ass imagination. People so caught up in their thought process that they can't think clearly. And this why a lot of these people will never be no detectives or no lawyers or nothing because they don't know how to not be biased. They don't know how to see the playing field for what it is. When it comes to certain situations, bro, when it comes to crime, you can't be biased. You gotta elevate everything. You gotta pay attention to everything that's on this board. If you only focus on one piece, then you will miss the bigger picture. And that's where the world is going wrong at because, you know what I mean? You know what part Lulu played, but you don't know nothing else. All you know for sure is that she left him on the side of the road. That's it. You don't know nothing else because
Well,
nobody took the
no.
time to figure out
Natasha,
anything else.
Natasha said he
I
bumped
don't
his
give a damn
head.
about what
He
Natasha says.
bumped his
Natasha is
head
supposed to
first.
lie you.
Okay, but she didn't lie about everything. Everybody lies a little bit. Come
So
on now.
tell me what she didn't lie about.
I don't know everything, but
Oh
let me
no,
tell you.
no. You
Let
don't
me
know
tell
because
you.
you know everything about Lulu.
Polo, you
So
gotta listen. I looked at the psychic people. The psychic people said they talked to Polo.
oh
Press
no. The
five.
second people
They talked to
no.
him.
Hold on. I told people off top. I don't go by second people. Anytime a case is so big and the world know about it, a person that read minds of psychic people, they can't tell me shit. Because you can't tell me that you ain't know about this case. You can't tell me you ain't heard about this case. Or what? So I don't believe in mind readers, people that read cards about any case that have gained the nation's attention or whatsoever. Because only thing you could be telling me when I come ask you about this is who the people is. I don't want to hear about none of us and none of that
Polo,
because all that information is already out there.
you gotta give it a chance. You know
Oh
why?
no!
Because
I ain't got to get none of chance.
some of them,
I
some
look at
of
the
them
real
agreed
world.
with you. Like what you said and then what they said. It added up, Polo.
No. Let me tell you what it's called. That's called manipulation.
A
That's
timeout. So
called
you saying they
Listen, hold
manipulating
on.
us? Come
I'm gonna
on
tell you
now.
why. I'm gonna tell you why I call this manipulation. Because a lot of times, and it's not everybody. This not everybody who do reads. But sometimes you got people that come along and they already know certain things already. And certain people have said it. So therefore, if I say certain things, it gonna seem like that I'm on point because certain people have already said it. So it's easy to persuade the people. Know what I mean? But what the hard part is telling me something that these people have not said. See, that's when you know that you gifted, when you're able to tell me something that haven't been said. If you telling me things that certain people have said that a lot of people are already following, then I gotta sit back and I gotta question the authentication, the being authentic of this of what you're saying. I gotta question the credibility of your what you got going on. Your integrity might not be as high. Know what I mean? You might be just roping me along because you know certain things and you gonna say certain things, but you also gonna say things that this certain person that said, this other blogger that said that everybody paying attention to. So if people be like, man, you know what, man? You know, Polo said though, Gigi said the same thing. So they gotta know what they talking about. But here come the turn is. Can you tell me something that neither one of these people on the podcast, a blogger, or that people are already paying attention to? Can you tell me something that they haven't said that make me believe that you know what you're doing?
Can I tell you, Polo? Can I
Go
tell
ahead.
you? Oh,
Go ahead.
God. Glory to God. God is so good because He made this time for me to tell you what's going on. They said in October, they're coming for Lulu, and in 2027, she's going to get locked up. Press 2 if you guys saw that too. That is what's going to happen. We didn't know that, Polo. They said, have a nice summer, Lulu. But in October, the police is going to start coming for Lulu. And by 2027, she's going to be locked up. They said that. They said it.
Okay, well, guess what then? Guess what then? You know what I also said? You know what I also said? Do you know what I said? Huh?
I'm listening. I'm
Do
listening.
you know what Polo said?
Uh-uh.
Polo said if Lulu go to jail, she won't be the only one.
Well, who
That's what
else would go
Polo
to
said.
jail? Well, who
That's what
else?
Polo said. If Lulu go to jail, for some reason, Lulu go to jail, she won't be the only one going to jail.
Well, who else would go to jail?
Hey man, wait to October 2020. Where it say what year? Shit. Shit. Wait to October 2026. Where it say 2027? Shit. They need that long? Cause that case closed. That case closed. I
But
mean,
you
like,
don't know him, Polo. He's not going to jump out a car. You don't know him,
oh, he already not.
You
Man,
don't know him, Polo.
I don't.
And
I don't have to. I don't have to know a person to do
that's
homework on a person.
That's
Oh,
not
what? So you
Tyrone.
got?
Tyrone wouldn't do that. He was a lovable person. And he had trips that he already planned. And, he has so much to live for. He would never do that. He got kids
Okay.
that he loved. He would never do that. It was all Lulu. And that's
Okay.
why Lulu, she made him take the kids off the damn policy. Natasha
Okay.
told us that. She made that mother. She made Tyrone
Hey,
take the
so
kids
listen.
off the policy.
Oh yeah.
She
So
did
how?
that.
So
She
how
did that.
Natasha? How Natasha know that he took the names of the policy? How
She
she know
said
that?
it. She's family. She knows everything.
No, that don't mean shit. Shit, know what I mean? Cause they ain't tell about the money being stolen either. So know what I mean? So apparently, know what I mean, just cause you family, that don't mean nothing. Oh, what's up? And then people talking about, oh, a person won't do this. Well, God bless his soul. Rest in peace to Lil Papa. Know what I mean? Nobody expected for Lil Papa to do what he did. He had a family here. He got a baby by Rick Ross' daughter or whatsoever. So, know what I mean? Nobody expected for that to happen to him, but he took his own life.
Yeah, but Lulu is evil.
Well,
She did
the
this to
word.
another guy. Polo, did you know? It's another guy named Willie. She did
Yeah, I
this to.
know.
Did you know that? Did you
Yeah, I
know she
know.
did the same thing to Willie?
Yeah,
She
yeah,
has a
yeah, I know.
pattern.
Now here come the M. Now,
Oh.
well, here come the MO. Well, if you gonna use her MO, well, know what I mean? Well, Joe did 2011. Know what I mean? Joe caught a charge for, know what I mean, exiting out a vehicle doing traffic. So,
But why are you defending her?
Ain't nobody,
Why?
ain't nobody
Whose
defending
side
her.
are you on, Polo?
Ain't nobody. It's not about defending her. It's about not being biased. You can't search for justice if you feel like somebody is already guilty with evidence you can't prove. That's the
I
whole
just
point.
have it in my heart. I just
I don't
know
give a
she did
damn
it.
about what the heart is. The heart, it don't get you no conviction. A heart don't get you no conviction, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. When you have been part of a system, bro, and when you already been in prison, bro, and been around people that were wrongfully accused of crimes they never committed, bro, you look at things different. Some of these people that talking about all this bias shit, they have never been to prison. They have never been in jail. They have never had to fight for their own freedom for things that they never ever did. You got people that doing time that's really innocent. So if you don't have the evidence, the facts, to prove this, then what you're doing is making an allegation against a person that could send somebody to prison and they might not be the person who killed the man. That's the point. People got to look at the bigger picture. People want people to go down so bad with no evidence, no facts, no paper trail, no paperwork. Nothing has been provided to represent anything that's being said. Everything has been told to the
Well,
people by this lady. You know what I mean? Ain't no paperwork has been provided to prove it's true. So just because you feel like a person should go to jail, you know what I mean? How can a person go to jail if you ain't got no evidence? You people don't, you want her locked up? Well, what evidence do you have? What evidence do you have
I,
to
I, t-
support a crime?
okay, one evidence she was arguing with him.
That's
Why
no
was she
evidence.
arguing with
That's
him?
not no evidence.
She was
That's not no evidence.
arguing with him,
That's not
Polo.
no evidence.
Do you know what the hateful stuff she was saying to that
That's
man?
not no evidence. That don't support no crime.
And then Natasha said that she used to beat on him. And
They
then,
don't support no crime. It was said he used to beat on her too. So that's not no crime. You still ain't gave no evidence. I'm the state attorney. You still ain't provide no evidence to me to support a crime that happened that this person is dead.
okay, well, how about this? Everybody on the internet feel like she did it, so she
It
did
don't
it.
matter. It don't
Yeah.
matter what the internet feel. The internet ain't the people that gonna stand up in that courtroom and take the stand and swear to tell the truth and answer these questions that support what they think or what they feel. People gotta stop being biased. Nobody's saying nobody's innocent, but you gotta have the evidence to support your claim. You gotta have the proof to support what you're saying. And the thing I'm trying to tell people, I have said this multiple times. If you focus your attention on one person, then you'll forget, you won't pay attention to the bigger picture. You won't even pay attention to the rest of the picture because you so locked in on looking at one person. When you sit back and ask yourself, so this person bashed him across the head, drug him in the car, reached over, opened the door, and pushed him outside. That's what you
Yeah,
telling me?
that's what happened.
Well, guess what then? Go to the bank and withdraw $1 million and tell me if you got it. Tell me if you got it. Because if you think in your right mind that this person hit him across the head, drug him in the car, drove down the street, pushed him out the car, you crazy. You out your rabbit ass mind if you believe that's how that
I
happened.
see it in the movies all the time,
Well,
Polo.
this
It
ain't the
happens.
goddamn, this ain't the movie, this the real world. This the real world. Cause that's what, listen, GG, that's what people saying. People, you basically saying that she hit him across the head with a Hennessy bottle, drug him into the car at the cabin, drove him down there, beat the corner, just skipped the pizza place. Not just killed the pizza place. So nobody went in there got the pizza. Oh, because he was already hit across the head and drug in the car at the cabin. This is what they saying, GG. Oh, what, sir? So nobody went in there and picked the pizza up. And nobody went to the hotel, none of this shit, all this shit don't exist. The pizza box, the chicken wings, none of that exists. None of that is real. All that's fake. All that's fake. And then drove around the corner, beat the corner, came back up, and then she pushed him out of the car and kept going. That's what you saying?
Yeah, you know why she did that? Because she was hoping a car hit him. So it won't be her fault. She
Well,
was
let
trying
me
to get
tell you
away
this,
with
GG.
murder.
How about this, GG? How about this? The phone call that came in to to that police, the record where the lady dispatcher was talking, that was at 5:40 something. Do you know that? Do you know that that phone call that John Doe when he called the police? Guess what time he called the police? At 5:45. And guess who got both calls? Me. I got the dispatcher call and I got the receipt from him when he was on his phone and called
How
the
you be
police.
getting all that? How
Oh
you be getting
yeah,
all that?
no. I paid these people to say that, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But how the hell do you tell me how I got the dispatcher phone call when she got the call in, and when they were talking about the man in the sedan or whatever, sedan versus van. Oh, okay, and then John Doe called. John Doe said he called at 5:45. I got the phone call. I actually got this. I got the phone log. I got the picture of the phone call dated December 27 at 5:45 p.m. and he was on the phone for 4 minutes. On my page, I posted a dispatcher call at 5:40 something p.m. Fast forward time, I run into John Doe. He got this call where he called in at 5:45 p.m. I never knew who John. I never ran into John Doe until a month and a half later. And just so happened, the time when he called the police was at 5:45 p.m. I got it directly from his inbox to my inbox, timestamp December 27th at 5:45 p.m. 4 minutes he was on the phone. 4 minutes. What they gonna say about that? They gonna say that ain't real? See, that when that white couple came along and the white couple said what they said, if you pay attention to that white couple, they was kind of nervous when they were saying what they was saying, well, when he was saying what he was saying, because she was bad at talking. Better yet, let me see how I can drop this shit inside the chat, because I definitely got it. Let me see. No comment
Now
section.
I was just role playing. I'm done role playing. You
Oh no, it's receipt time. Fuck that. It's time to drop these goddamn receipts.
Now, someone in the chat says, what did you say? Now, when he was talking about he said, let's just say he was given a what do you call the hypothesis? Let's just say it was not a pizza. Let's just say he didn't say it was no pizza there. He just said, let's just say. All right.
Okay. What's the rest of it?
You said what happened?
I'm saying you say somebody said something about the pizza. What about it?
Oh, they were saying that you did say it was a pizza. They got it confused, and I was telling them that you were giving an example. And
Oh
you were
yeah.
saying, let's just say the pizza wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, but all that was there. All that was there like it was a called-in order. The food was a call-in for a pickup. If you look at the codes on the box will tell you it was a call-in for a pickup. So what I'm saying is the world is saying, Gigi, the world is saying that being the fact that this person say they didn't see Joe. The world is saying that Joe is already knocked out or whatever. Lulu packed all her clothes, drug the man in the car. This is basically what they saying, Gigi. Drug the man in the car, put him in the car, hid him wherever he was, drove in town, rolled down that Archer Road, bent that corner, pushed him out the car, and kept going. That's what they saying?
Yes, that's
So,
what they're
so,
saying.
so, Gigi, so you know the food was picked up first. So the food was picked up first, then you mean to tell me he already laid out in the car and she stopped and went inside and got the pizza and all that stuff there and then turned around and then drove down there and pushed him out after she got the pizza? That's what you telling me?
Yeah, because she was mad. She threw the
Boy,
pizza
I
out
tell you,
and
boy.
she threw the wings
Who?
out because she
So
was
you telling
mad.
me the whole time she riding this car with a person that's unconscious?
Yeah, she said, get your ass out my car.
So
Because
you
that was
telling
her
me
car.
to listen, Gigi. So you also telling me that at 25 miles per hour, whatever speed, because you know the traffic. So whatever speed you're going, you mean tell me that you reached over, had the ability to open that passenger door wide enough to push him out the door while you still got your hand on the steering wheel?
She had help. She had help. It was a man there.
Sure. Huh.
It was a
No,
man there.
GG. No, GG. It ain't nobody but Lulu, GG. It's nobody but Lulu. It's nobody but Lulu. The world ain't focused on nobody else, GG. It's nobody but Lulu. Lulu did it, and we know she did it, and everything else. Make it make sense,
She
GG.
wanted that insurance money. That's why she did
Okay.
it.
So you telling me that she did all this?
For that insurance money.
Okay, so she did all this. She did all this, and nobody should be worried about nothing else but just Lulu. That what you telling me?
Yeah, because she got the men to do it.
Well,
for
guess
her.
what? Then you
She
sound just
probably
like
gave
you
she
sound just
gave
like the
them a
Davis
cut.
family.
She gave
You
them a
sound
cut.
you sound just like the Davis family. Then trying to
Now,
make the
Polo,
world
you know
trying
I'm
to make
role
the world
playing,
just
right?
believe or
Okay.
just put everything on Lulu.
Okay, you know I'm role playing, right?
I know.
Okay.
No, I mean, you sound just like the Davis family. Just want to put everything on Lulu and nobody else is to be spoke about.
It's
Nothing else
still
matters.
Lulu. It's still
Nothing else
Lulu.
matters.
Yeah, it's still Lulu.
Okay. Well, if that's how the world gonna perceive it, well, you know how this shit ended with OJ. You might well prepare for it then. If that's how people gonna only look at it and don't want to look at the bigger picture and don't want transparency, don't want no receipts, don't want this because the receipts provide the truth. And I don't know how many times I'm gonna tell people that you demand transparency and make them drop them receipts, and then all the answers you looking for gonna be within them receipts.
But that's what we trying to get from Lulu. She's not giving transparency.
No, the David family got them too.
I'm
I
not
don't know
worried
what they
about the
got going on.
Davidson family.
The
They
David
are
family,
grieving.
shit.
They
The
are
David family,
grieving right
shit.
now.
The David family got the paperwork and everything. They got very detailed paperwork. Shit. But they got, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something else, right? I'm gonna tell you something real. This is the realest shit I'm gonna tell you on this live tonight. The David family seen the pictures of Tyrone on the side of the road. You know why you know why they didn't want that man to show them pictures to nobody else? Because them pictures are show that man head went smashed from the back to the front. I'm done talking.
Ooh.
I'm done talking. I'm done talking. That's the real reason why they're trying to make people not believe John Doe. Because John Doe took the pictures of Tyrone on the side of the road, took pictures of him with Tyrone on the side of the road to show the scenery of everything. And they told him not to show them pictures because them pictures to show that his head wasn't mashed from the back to the front. That's what they hide. And that's why I told people demand transparency and drop them receipts. I'm done talking.
Ooh.
I'm done talking. Ain't
Honey,
nothing else
my
to talk about.
God, me.
Ain't nothing else to talk about. And that's why I told people demand transparency because them pictures tell the truth. Them pictures tell the truth. And I have said this on my live 1,000 times. They got the same pictures. They got the same pictures I seen. Tell them to be transparent. Drop them receipts. Drop the receipts because you got the world thinking that his head was mushed from the back to the front. They seen
I'm
them
lost for
pictures.
words.
They seen them pictures because guess what? If a man had it pushed from the back to the front, well, guess what? It should be blood everywhere. Closed in the record department, but it already be closed. Just like when you beat a charge, beat the case, they dismiss it. You still got to wait on it to hit the records and to get put in the system for it to be officially closed.
Mm-hmm.
But this case is not no open case. This case is officially closed, and in order to reopen this case, you must have newly discovered evidence. You must have something substantial that'll make these people reopen this case. This case is closed. They need to stop. You can't get a document that say this case open. This case is officially closed by the medical examiner and also by Gainesville Police Department. It's closed. It's closed, and that's why I tell people about rope doping people or whatsoever. And let's be honest, you know what I mean? When they talk about the PI, they keep speaking on the PI, but then the PI, how the PI so active? If you got this person posting everything, talking about what they doing, what you doing, the PI supposed to be doing. You posted things like you doing it, you saying you doing it, then what the hell the PI doing? Because the whole point of the PI, as y'all claim, that the PI can file motions and do things that normal people can't do, subpoena certain things, but from everything people have seen, was this person, this lady, saying she filed this, she filed this, she filed this, she filed this. Then what the hell you got to, what y'all took people money for PI for? If you filing everything.
Got it. I want to say something. Now, people are saying, didn't I hear Natasha and Natalie say it was closed? I did. But then the CCs, the YouTubers on the internet, and y'all know who the YouTubers are. I don't know for sure, but I believe it may came from C-Ray people. And Lady G, you in here, didn't y'all say that shit was open? And they was on vacation, but it was still open. Some YouTubers was pushing that narrative out here that was still open. And they was having their people argue me down. So, I ain't know.
You not wrong. You not wrong about that because Nelly and them was saying that these people was on vacation. Remember that? That's when they was talking about the footage and saying that the police got the footage. They just on vacation. The detective on the vacation. Dozy, whatever his name is, on vacation or whatsoever. And the whole time that a lot of them police just ain't want to talk to these people. So, but for as the case being open, it's only been officially closed across the board for about a week and a half. So you're not wrong about that.
So did you see what Nina Johnson had to go through? They said that they was tearing her ass down in the comment section on her page.
Well, like this situation, like with Nina, know what I mean? Like I seen Nina, whoever started it, she started a group, and it say Justice for Dro. She got a group that I think she started, and at one point, know what I mean, she was a pawn in the chess game too. Well, I ain't gonna say chess game. She was a piece in the checker game, cause they were definitely one playing chess, but she was a piece too, and they used her in certain ways, and for the longest, like she had them loudmouth jumping her inbox and jumping her comment section. I mean, they wanted her to go against me. They need
What?
at least one
Hold up.
blogger to stay on their side. Yep, 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 yep,
Hold up. What?
yep.
I
They try
know
to
they.
get they try to get her to go
Tell it.
against me. When I start putting certain things out there, that's when they were trying to get her to go against me.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yep, they were trying to get her to post certain things and say certain things, and then when she wouldn't do it or whatsoever, that's when they start acting shady towards her. No, I mean, then this the sad part about it is you got people that's so emotionally tied in that that's the only reason why y'all came in was because of some of these same bloggers that's really seeing what's really going on. They ain't come in mysteriously. Remember, the family ain't listen. The family ain't do shit for the world to know. Nothing. Nothing. The reason why the world know what's going on is because of the bloggers. It's not because of them. You show me one live where them people sat up for an hour or 2 hours talking about this case. You don't see that. Never have.
No, not even on their page. When you go to their
Never
page,
have.
you don't see.
Never
Because
have.
the guy that just threatened me, we went down his timeline. How often did you see Justice for Dro?
Man, listen. On either
didn't
one of their
see none of
timeline, you don't see this every day talking about this. If you go listen here, I shout out to Kendra Johnson mama who been fighting 13 years. Big shout out to her. Boy, I go down her page, boy, boy, her page is nothing but Kendra Johnson. It might talk about a couple other things, but her page daily is posting about her child. When you go down Big Tyrone page, hell, you ain't got but a couple items. You ain't got to scroll that long. You know what I mean? Like the bare minimum. See, that's what you gotta pay attention to. Even if you ain't being vocal, the bare minimum, your page is supposed to be flooded with updates of posting or saying justice for your child. You don't see that. You don't see that on that timeline. Nope. You don't see it at all. Like so you gotta understand, like when people be screaming that, oh, they want justice. Sometimes that word justice is used in a way that it don't make sense. It don't make sense. Like, and people gotta keep it real with themselves. They have not put in no work for the amount of supporters that were supporting this movement. But once the supporters came in, they got emotionally tied and invested in this situation. You know how many nights I spent countless hours with, man, I'm talking about, listen, when I say I'm holding 2,000 people on the live for 4, 5 hours straight. We going over everything. These people wasn't doing that. So these people have been emotionally tied in for the last 30, 45 days. You know what I mean? So people around the world and got emotionally tied in. So, you know what I mean? And then people so tied in that if I back out and say, man, forget this, you got people that started following because of me feel like I'd have fell out behind some money. You know what I mean? So in the crazy part about it, you got people that just coming board. They don't know what's going on. They don't know about the previous. They don't know about the past account. So they just basing it off, oh, what they seeing. This is the family. So what this one side of the family is saying is low. And that's where they went wrong at. Because just because that might be part of the family, we all know that. Just because you blood don't make you family.
Right.
That don't make you family, because family have hidden motives, hidden objectives, and ill intentions. You know what I mean? So people they got untie their emotions. Untie their emotions because they ain't never be able to think clear. People can't see what's going on right now because they're too emotionally tied in and feel like these people is not gonna lie. And if they believe that, then that's like you saying your family perfect and ain't nobody falling out.
Oh, Tamala, are you there?
Gigi, I'm here.
All right. What you got to say?
I just got to say, everything that Polo said was true. It was like, a lot of people put, a lot of finance up in this, and, they tried to help, and a lot of things wasn't genuine. And and one thing, that he said made sense. You cannot tell people that donate money and spend time, you know, addressing whatever y'all needs are behind the scene. You can't tell them, oh, well, I ain't got to tell you what the name of the PI, and I ain't got to tell you that. No, that's information you should be glad to share with them so they can help you more if it was all about legitimacy, if you was being legit. So that's why I knew a lot of things was shiesty here. And that's why I didn't feel more, I'm the one to give money. I'll give a person money and be like, hey, friend, go get some lunch. Or hey, friend, go get some coffee or go get a haircut. But I didn't feel compelled to do anything really for them, but to the baby mama. I didn't
Y'all,
feel compelled to do anything for them because I felt like it was something greater behind it,
yeah.
and it was a whole lot of shiesty stuff going on. And I felt that in my soul.
All right, y'all, get them likes up right now. Come on, y'all can do better than that. Now, Polo, I may want to role play, okay, with you, okay? Now, people are saying that, what happened? They want answers. And Natasha was giving us answers. She was saying Lulu did it. So people felt like, okay, well, let's just get some hope and stay with hope. And finally, we're going to get her out of here. But what do you say when people say, all right, then, well, what happened to Tyrone? And they don't want to hear what you already told. You already told them what happened, but they don't want to hear that shit. We all want to hear that. I don't take that. I don't believe that. No. I heard what Lulu said, but I don't believe that. So tell us what we want to hear. That's what pretty much they're saying. What
But
do you say?
you can't do a
People
thing
say,
about
tell
it.
me what we want to hear.
No, you can't. You can't. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't give a damn about about them type of questions, because you know what I mean. Telling you what you want to hear, you ain't ready to accept what you want to hear, because apparently, you know what I mean. You don't even want to believe that what she's saying is the truth. Know what I mean? Like you don't. People ain't ready for what they talking about, what they want to hear, because you could give them the blood, honest truth, and they gonna still tell you, well, nah, I ain't going for that. What y'all want me to tell y'all? That Lulu did it. She guilty. She hit him across the head with a Hennessy bottle. Or what? I seen the marks and all that. I
All
put that
right.
out there. The world gonna run with it. They gonna say
Yeah.
Polo said it. That shit, what it is. They stamp. She did it. Tasha B said Lulu did it. That would be a lie.
It will be a lie, but it
That
makes
would
them
be
feel
nothing but
good.
that
It
would be
makes them
nothing.
feel good.
Yep, that would be nothing but a Nelson Mandela effect in full effect. You know what I mean? People have said the same thing over and over about, oh, this person did, to the point that the world feel like this person hit this person across the head, and y'all don't have no physical evidence. They got people thinking that this man's head will push from the back to the front.
So do you mind if it's getting hot? Tamala, are you there? Tamala, oh, I forgot.
I,
Yeah.
yes, you had me in the doghouse.
Did
Yes, you
you hear
did.
that? Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that, and I totally agree with him. I already
About the
told you that.
pictures. The
Yes, I
pictures,
already told
girl.
you that she exaggerated about that. Because let me just say this, the nurse never said it was any blood. And then when he had the guy, when Polo had the guy on there, and I watched him say, yes, he saw a little, little scratch on the head and on the shoulder, but he never once said it was bashed in. So she came out there and said all that. That's why I say what I say. It was messy. And that's why you want to know why GPD and Girlcrest and all of them didn't do nothing about it, because of this right there. It was messy. It wasn't all what she said it was. Come on now. She blew that out of proportion so she can get whatever they was trying to get, attention or whatever. I don't know what they were trying to get out of it, because it sure wasn't justice and it sure wasn't answers. Like I said, if you come out here and you put something out, it's just like, if just say me and one of my loved ones, something happened to them. I'm not going to come out here and say, oh, I was there. I was on the scene. I'm going to come out here and say, oh, my brother told me this is what happened in Memphis, Tennessee, or this is what happened in California, or this is what happened in Chicago. That's what I'm going to come out here and state. But I'm not going to state it like I've been there on all those things. And I kept saying that. She's sitting up there saying she went to the pizza place. That's why when the pizza video came out, everybody was like, oh, Gigi, we saw the footage from the pizza place. And you said you had to tell us all. It was AI. Come on now. So at the end of the day, that's where all this stuff blown out of proportion. And I told you I don't believe the injuries was what she said. After I got through talking to somebody in the medical field, I told you the injuries wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. He, the man was still alive. So he more or
This is
less,
why
like I tried, like she said, the woman told me, she said it was more or less like when a person go through a brain aneurysm. She said that's the type of trauma that they go to. So if there's no brain activity after they get through doing all the signs of the test, that's when they let the family know, and they have the choice either to leave them on there or to, unplug. Okay, but at the end of the day, that's why I kept telling you, I don't believe nothing. I kept on saying something is wrong, something ain't right about this. I kept telling you this behind the scene because I knew, and that's why I said when everybody find out the truth, a lot of people gonna start shedding some tears. They're gonna cry, and even if it is something more to this, still they know. Like he just said, they know what's going on. That's just like when the last thing with um the what's her name, the bed bug lady or whatever they can call it, Polo
Miss
because
Jackson.
yeah, Miss Jackson, when she came out and she didn't say nothing that last time. If you know, she didn't say very much. She sat quiet and let Natasha and Natalie do it. She didn't say very much at all. But Natalie was saying, if we find out this, if that is the case, if this is the case, and I'm like, all these ifs and that, no, that doesn't add up. That doesn't add up. It's sad. It's sad that you got to play on human beings because there's people out here that's really got some real life stories that are really going on and really need help. Look at Rebecca's situation. Her situation is it needs to be brought to attention, just like the police officer that's going around. Stuff like that needs awareness. You know, all this other stuff that really needs some awareness. You sit here and you faking people because y'all want financial gain or y'all want to still live the same lifestyle that Tyrone gave you. We all knew he was the breadwinner. We all knew he was feeding and providing everybody. Even his friend Looney said that. Come on now. So we already knew what time it was. Just like Lulu said, ask them why they wasn't getting along when before this. Ask them why they wasn't getting along. So they knew what they had done to the boy. They knew that what they done to him. They wasn't true to him. He was true to them. He was a genuine soul, but they wasn't genuine. And so everybody failed him. Everybody failed him. They failed him, and now they want justice, and now they want to fault her because guess what? He genuinely loved her and would move heaven and earth for her. And they now they mad because when they found out the insurance policy wasn't for them and it was for her. Now they want to go after her about that. It's all messy business. God has been giving me discernment, and that's why I told you I had pulled back from that because all that no sleeping and going hard, paying money to get this report and that report. No, no. At the end of the day, I knew it was Rob came on. He said, Tamala, you hitting it, you hitting it, you hitting it. Then Miss Verna said, Tamala, you own it, you own it. I knew it was some messy business here. And it's messy. It's totally messy. But do I think there's something else? If something else did come about, they know. They know who, if it is something else to this, they know what's going on. Just as well as like Polo just got through saying. They know. It ain't like they don't know. See, they don't want to stamp the real stuff, but they want to stamp all the fake stuff that they keep putting out there. And that's why I'm not, you know, a lot of this, like we apologize to the mother. We apologize to a lot of them because it wasn't fair but to go after them like that. But we went after them because guess what? It was told to us this was going on. And when you get that kind of, when your mind set and you hear how his tragedy was, then that makes you want to get justice all the more. But see, they blew that. They blew that. They lied. That's why the pieces wasn't falling in together. And just like he just got through saying tonight, that's why they don't want to show the pictures. Everybody got the pictures pretty much. So they've been showing them around in they social circle. So you mean to tell me you couldn't show the people? So even if you didn't show the people, you could have came out here and told the truth about a lot of things. But like I said, she didn't clear up about Gigi. Cece. So she didn't clear up about Cece. She don't want to clear up about nothing that she has done wrong. Accountability is everything. And if you can't take accountability, you can't stand up there and say you know God. That's it. That's all for me.
Polo, any last words?
Man, shit. I'm gonna say the same thing I always been saying, man. Just like, and it's crazy because if you look at that live, that when I was on the live with him and his daddy,
And his dad was talking about giving me his flower because I ain't had to do this and do that. And my words, closing words, is we're gonna keep pushing transparency, full transparency. I was already in chess mode because I had already figured out things and found out certain things back in February. That's what really had me so hot. I was, listen here, boy, listen here, boy, listen here, I was 30 minutes away or whatsoever from laying all this shit out or whatsoever. But then I said to myself, I say, if I lay it out now, I'm probably, I probably ain't gonna be able to figure out everything that need to be figured out or whatsoever. Then I ain't gonna, then it gonna blow up too early. It gonna blow up too early or whatsoever. It's certain things that I need to confirm. So that's why I went out there the route of transparency. And I went and told them, hey, clean this up. Hold accountability for this right here. This ain't right. Because this right here, it's the real truth. So and then when you fight for something, man, you going hard like I was going hard. You feel like, well, maybe people just talking out of emotion and they over speaking themselves. So that's why I didn't fully drop the bomb back in February. That's why I ain't start the exposure movement then, because I said, man, you know what? Maybe just people just speak out of emotions. But I gave them a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to tell the truth about certain things. Neither one of them weeks it was ever done or whatsoever. So then when I sat down and broke it down and told them, well, you know what? If y'all ain't gonna correct this, then I ain't got no choice but to correct it. I ain't got no choice to tell these people that you lie about this right here, you lie about that right there, or whatsoever. And hell, before I could go live and start my movement of keeping this shit peace, they had already started talking behind my back. They had already, I ain't even know Natalie had told that lie on me. I ain't
That
even
you
know
was
she had.
paying
I
people,
swear to
so
God, I
you
ain't
was
know that.
not paying people.
Oh, I ain't even know nothing about that because I was just on the phone with her. So I'm like,
Got it.
damn. So when they came to me like that, I say, what?
Can
I
you
say,
confirm? Can you
I,
tell it, Polo, you was not paying people?
no, I ain't paid nobody.
Okay,
And
that's
that
what we
was
want to
and that
hear.
what surprised me because I called these people on the phone. In the video I posted when we were talking, and the only reason why, I'm gonna tell you the real reason. The real reason why the lady's face was covered up, and this I always, this is something I have learned. Anytime a person is giving a statement, and to that person give a sworn deposition, then you must protect their face. You must protect their face until a deposition is gave. If they want to give a statement or give a side of the story, you gotta protect their identity because within that time frame, something could happen to them. So you want to protect their identity until no mean that shit until that shit is done and they did what they supposed to. Know what I mean? Tyrone them was supposed to come up the following day. Remember on my live, I said, well, I ain't got clearance yet. All my followers know. I kept saying I ain't got clearance yet, but I'm gonna wait till I get clearance. And then I'm gonna drop, know what I mean, the video, know what I mean, clips from the lady her version. I ain't get clearance out the gate. When they gave me clearance, that's when I started dropping it. Because they were supposed to come up there and handle business. They never came. My black knew because I called Tyrone off my black phone. Know what I mean? I was recording with my phone and I called the family off her phone. So that's why one of the videos you hear Tyrone talking clear as day. Clear as day. Oh, what, sir? So that's why I ain't get the point of them saying certain things when they was on the phone. They was on the phone. So I didn't never get how they said that. And when the lady was already saying that she was trying to reach out to one of them, just like John Doe did. I posted a screenshot of John Doe trying to reach out to her. Hell, I knew John Doe was trying to reach out to her because she the one who sent me she sent me the message log that she never responded to him. Natasha sent it to me. That's how I knew to go find John Doe. I had to do the footwork and go track him down, talk to him. I got everything. I got the whole message log from me and Tasha talking. So I didn't understand why would they lie. Why would they lie knowing I got the receipts? So how can you discredit somebody when that person got in your inbox and you sent it to me directly from your inbox to my inbox? You can't say somebody made that up or somebody paid somebody. How somebody paid them when it came directly from you?
Why haven't y'all got on live together?
Why who ain't got on live together?
You and Natalie and Natasha. Why haven't y'all did that?
You talking about after the fight, after all this shit here?
Yeah.
Oh, you think that's how that shit supposed to happen? Oh no.
No.
What we got to talk about? What we got to talk about?
Talk
What we got
about
what about what?
okay, where did it go wrong? And the
I
transparency.
just told you where it went. I just told you where it
Yeah.
went wrong. That what part of people don't understand. People ask the same question over and over. I'm starting to think that people ain't got no comprehension
No,
skills.
I know what you're saying,
But
but for
I know
them,
you
for
asking the
them to
question.
have together talk so they can say, well, the reason why I said that about you is because this is how I felt, or I just lied in a moment because I was mad at you, Polo, or a heart to
But how
heart, a
can you ask
transparency
me?
talk.
How can you ask me why they ain't got on live together? They should be in their inbox asking them what went wrong, what happened. Cause if I'm gonna be honest, if you let me tell it, if I had to sit back and analyze this whole situation, I would have to say that they allowed this person to get in their head, Cabin Patch, Fiona, to get in their head to go against me or whatsoever, so they could be on the scene for the attention, for whatever the program is. Because if you pay attention, all of a sudden, it's we not rocking with Polo, we rocking with her. Oh, I've
Did
been
you
on
get a
this scene the
phone
whole time.
call?
I
Did you get
believe
a
that's
phone? Go ahead.
I believe that maybe that took place because if you look at what's going on, instead of that person doing what they supposed to do, since they won they first live, all they did was talk about Polo. And then turn around and try to play victim like I said something about them first. When I clearly said on my live, I don't even know her. They asked me about it. Tyrone told me about her before this even transpired. That's the thing about Tyrone. He always told me ahead of time. He told me about it. He asked me about it. I told him, I said, well, I don't know her. I don't know. I don't follow her work. So I can't really say nothing bad about her because I don't know or whatsoever, know what I mean? So for her to turn around and just be talking reckless about me on your first live with the family, oh, that means you've been plotting this. You've been waiting on this moment. You've been, so to me, you behind all this controversy. You got them to turn against me because I ain't never said nothing about you. You can't find a live that I ever said something. I have never met this lady a day in my life, never crossed paths with this lady, never talked to this lady, have never said anything to this lady out the way until now. And that's the crazy part. And that's how you know people been laying and plotting on you and waiting on the opportunity to go against you, because I have never had no run-ins with you. Never. So when people do that, that means that you already been plotting. You've been plotting and been trying to come on board for the wrong reason. For the wrong reason. This shit became a shit show when all this shit transpired. This shit ain't been no shit show. This shit ain't got control when all this shit here happened. Like people gotta wake up and pay attention, like it's obvious to me. And then people make all people feel like people. Then here come the lies. I done lost 10,000 followers. Or what? I done lost my subscriber portal. I done lost. Here come all the lies. And bro, you here to do a job. Like, if this the job you wanted, then why is your main focus the Polo? Why is your main topic Polo? Why is your main conversation is Polo? How come every time somebody say something, you cussing them out? You calling followers and supporters bird brain and bitches and all type of crazy language. But you a professional. But I could have got Jesse Ruthless and pulled up them 40 charges that she had in her life. Cause she not no a biased citizen, cause she a convicted fella too. She had 40 charges. Yeah, she beat a lot of them. They dismissed it. But I just pulled your whole life up. You got over 40 charges. From stealing to worthless checks. Oh, what's to the charge in Georgia, putting them in Gainesville? You got a whole lot of stuff. Girl, you got more charges on your rap sheet than I got.
Come on, you better say it. That's what
I
I
say
said.
she got over 40 charges. Assault, battery. She got worthless check, stealing. She got over 40 charges. Know what I mean? A lot of them, she driving with suspended license, driving with no license. You got all type of things from ranging from misdemeanor all the way to felony. But she had the audacity to speak on my criminal background. Man, shit, you got more charges than I ever had in my life.
Wow.
You telling the truth right there, just like she threatened the commissioner. That's why I tell people, you got to do your groundwork. You got to do your research
Hell,
on
she
people.
just got I don't mean to cut you off, Gigi, but she just got a contempt of court in 2024.
Come on, 21 too.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on. People got to do their homework. When anytime somebody trying to throw dirt on one person, remember I told you, same thing going on. When people trying to throw so much on one person, look how many people teamed up and try to go against me. They try to throw my background up, everybody throwing. Guess what? Anytime somebody doing that, you got to take a step back and go analyze them. So anytime when everybody was doing that to Lulu, you know what I did? I took a step back like a real PI would do and analyze the people that you fight for. Because you can't be biased. You got to pay attention to them too. Because you're going too hard to put it on one person. You're going too hard to destroy one person. So I got to pay attention to you because you're going too hard. I need to make sure that you clean. So when they were doing all that, speaking on me, my background, all that, you know what I said? I say, well, hold on. Let me analyze them because you're going too hard to bring my past and my background up. So let me analyze you, and I'd have pulled up your whole record. You got over 40 charges. Gigi, I say over 40 charges.
Whoa. Ooh.
And don't get it wrong. A lot of them were no process, and a lot of them were dismissed. But you have been charged or arrested, you know what I mean, countless amount of times. Countless. Like, come on, man. Let's keep that shit peep, man. I just ain't posted any public records. And I know the county where all of them came out of. Know what I mean? I certainly did because it just came in tonight, the whole profile.
Whoa.
The whole profile, your whole rap sheet, your social, your date of birth, everything. Everything that public records I got in my possession. Every place you stayed at, lived at, phone number, everything about you. Your whole life in my palms of my hand.
Whoa.
All the way from Georgia, the Fairborn, Fairbairn, whatever the goddamn county that is in Georgia. Girl, I got you in Georgia too. You wasn't no saint in Georgia. When she made a lie talking about, let's talk about Georgia. I ain't never heard nothing about Georgia. I know I had charges in Georgia. I know I done sold drugs before. I ain't never say I was no saint. I told people a lot of counts of my time, I'm a convicted felon. I don't run from my past. It be people with these so-called degrees and certificates that want to trick the world and make the world think you ain't got no past. Them the people you got to worry about. I don't run from my past. I broke plenty countless of laws. But I ain't up here talking about I'm clean. I'm not up here talking high of myself and looking down on people. I'm not doing that. I'm not dragging people to the mud because they got messed up records. I'm not dragging people to the mud because I think I'm better than them. I'm not dragging people to the mud because I got a degree. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Because when you claim to be professional, you remain professional. But Lord have mercy, your record is way, way worse than mine.
Whoo, honey. I want to know one thing, Polo. Did Natasha reach out to you respectfully and say, you know what, Polo, we're moving in a different direction and we don't want you with us?
Negative.
No? So
Nope.
just boom, just next day, it's just like public announcement. I think that should have been talked about because she was like, that's family, and you and Nina was like her family and shit like that. So all that shit was fake.
All of no, not Natalie, Natasha, nor Tyrone. See, when I started calling Tyrone, see, when we had found out about the situation with him and Lulu, him and Lay, with their rendezvous or whatever they had going on, when that had hit the fan or whatsoever, and that stuff had started to blow up. And when Lay had started seeing certain things on the internet, I had talked to Tyrone about it. And then I say, well, I say this part of the game where you gotta be a man, you gotta keep that shit peak. And that's when he openly told me, like, man, I had fucked up, man, but I got my people at the house, man, that shit ain't gonna work. I'm way down here, she way up here, or whatsoever, know what I mean? That ain't gonna work, that shit. I ain't leaving my home for that, know what I mean? She just in her feelings. And I said, all right, well, I ain't gonna get in the middle of that because I don't know what y'all got going on. And I told him, quote unquote, I said, well, shit. I said, so that explain why Lay felt like I'm obligated to tell people about money that's coming from my subscriber portal. Or what? So I say, well, that's why she feel like that, because she feel like y'all, whatever y'all got going on, that she could tell me what to do. Or whatsoever. And I said, well, that ain't how that work. Me and her had a whole down argument. I told her, I don't know what y'all got going on, but bro, y'all don't dictate what the hell I got going on. I said, what I'm doing, bro, and my time I'm getting, ain't nobody paying me for my time. I'm doing it because I wanna use my own time for my own personal reasons, because it's personal to me. But any subscriber come through my portal, I ain't gotta tell y'all about none of that. None of that. Y'all worry about the wrong thing. Y'all worry about the wrong thing. What y'all need to be worried about is putting the boots on the ground, and he need to be focused on being the front head of the operation instead of playing the background. And that's when people feel some type of way. You know what I mean? You talk about the rendezvous and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? And then it come out about the money, about the groceries, about the pictures, about the phone being turned on. You know what I mean? So then I'm like, damn, man. I say, bro, I told him straight, I said, bro, this supposed to be strictly business, man. I say, bro, when you come up here, bro, you supposed to be focused on getting justice for your son. I said, that's the only thing you supposed to be focused on right now. I said, bro, y'all mixing business with pleasure. I say, that ain't how that shit go, dog. That ain't how that shit go, man. That shit gonna backfire. I came to Natalie. I told Natalie, I said, damn. As time went on, I said, damn, why? I said, damn, Joe. I mean, not Joe, T2, Tyrone. I say, Tyrone, what I need you to call my phone every day. I say, what's going on? I said, but I ain't heard from that boy in like 2 days now. I said, what's going on? What's going on? So that's when they say, oh man, Tasha called me. Tasha politicking with me. We going back and forth. She like, yeah, but I'm gonna holler at Tyrone, holler at him, and see what's going on. Cause I explained her, I say, well, when that shit happened with Lay and all them, I say, man, I told him I ain't want to be a part of that shit. I don't want nothing to do with that. And then that's when she made a public. Remember, they made a public statement saying that, oh, T2 he grieving right now. Tyrone grieving right now. It's really he getting to him about his son. I say, man, that's a goddamn lie. How it get to his son when he was just trying to get some coochie or
Oh
whatsoever,
God.
and up here trying to trick and get some coochie? How
Oh
this
my
shit
God.
get to him? He wasn't focused on his son. He was trying to trick.
It's sad.
So then I say, man, you know what, man? I say this in here. I say, well, if this how y'all meant to play this game and everybody I can dump, like they don't know what's going on, I say, well, y'all got 24 hours to be transparent and tell these people what's going on and the truth for everything I've been telling y'all. Y'all need to correct. If y'all can't correct this shit, the world gonna see things from a different point of view. That's when it's that, oh, this about money and he mad about this and this and this and that. I ain't know until you said it that she had said prior about me paying somebody. Cause boy, listen here, man, I would have been dropped the goddamn bomb. I would have been dropped the bomb as soon as I found that out.
Yep. Well, I saw it. Yeah, didn't y'all see Natalie in the chat saying that Polo was paying people
Sure.
to speak? Press one if
Yeah,
y'all seen that. I know
I
I ain't the
seen
only
it.
one that seen it. Yeah,
I
Natalie
seen
said
it,
it.
and I seen it, and then Polo said, "Well, if I'm paying people, y'all the one got the money. Y'all the one got the be." So he told the truth. Nobody is gonna believe the truth at all, regardless of how many people come forward. I mean, come on now, God can come forward, and people are not gonna even believe him. So it's out there. It's up for everybody. We are just like one person said in the comment. We took Tasha at her word, and we find that it's so many loopholes and everything. She don't want to point no finger at her son. She don't want to point no finger at this. So justice would not be served. And I don't care who's saying Lulu gonna go to jail and this and that. God is not gonna honor nothing like this mess right here.
Nope.
Ain't no justice gonna be served if it's messy. People can get on there and have 15 motivation and speak on God's name. But if your heart is far from it, baby, them works is dead. Satan will make you think you getting a blessing through and you ain't doing nothing but getting a web tied around yourself. So at the end of the day, it's out there, chat. It's really out there. And y'all know for yourself, we've been getting the answers and we've been, regardless, if something else do come up in October, I still gonna say this. And I don't believe it's gonna be Lulu though. I don't believe if anything come out, I don't believe it's gonna be her. And that's why they don't, because everybody that step on the toe, they want to close the case on it. They want a new face to represent them every time somebody get
Damn,
closer.
how many
You-
faces they gonna have? They got
How many faces
faces.
have they had? They had
They,
CC started out, right?
they just like my avatars. How many faces I
Right.
got? Shit, you got the
CC
same
started
amount.
out. Then it was Polo. Then it turned around to be this lady. Who is it else going to be? And this lady didn't come up until they said, "Oh, we got the money for the PI." If she
Huh.
was all for that justice for Tyrone, she
Huh.
would have been popped up. You mean to tell
Huh.
me as long as it's been going on, you ain't popped up? It don't take a rocket scientist to figure
And
that
you know,
out.
and you know the crazy part. I'm glad that you said it, cause guess what? Ain't none of this came out. Ain't none of this movement came until them donations started coming in. You know what I mean? Remember, until that money started coming in, all of them. Well, thank you, Polo. We appreciate you. Cutwater Davis. I'm getting y'all flowers. This, thank you, Polo. Thank you, Polo. Thank you, Polo. All this shit here. When that money started coming in, now when that money really started coming in, and that money forget the GoFundMe account because I was on my account making sure the baby mama had donations to her cash app. And get mad when people had the wrong cash app. When that money started coming in, even though she was on people's page telling people not to listen to me, but when I told people, hey, donate to the kids, she the first person that jumped on that line and made sure I had that cash app right. But you were the same person telling people not to listen to me until them people started donating. Then it's all thank the supporters and all this
Now,
stuff
who
right here.
told person stop listening to you? Who said that?
Oh, the baby mama. The same one.
Hold
Every time I
on.
holler about the cash app, she was coming around the line.
What's her
And
name?
man, Alicia, that thing started with an 8. She stayed in Georgia. The one who got a baby by that married man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The one that she finally just posted about the birthday. Sure enough did.
Yeah, is that the one that the sister came out and said that Tyrone was whooping her with a gun?
I don't know if that's the same one. Don't make me lie. I ain't
Yeah,
even go
that's the
chase that. I
same
ain't even go
one.
chase
That's
that
the
fight.
same one. Yeah.
I ain't even
And
wanna fall up that.
everybody was jumping on the sister because they was like, how can you come out here and say that Tyrone was whooping on your sister ass?
Well, she said a whole lot of things too because, you know what I mean, just most recently, when we started talking about it, she went and cleaned up her Facebook account because if you went a couple years back, you'd have seen some of the crazy things that came out her mouth.
What
But
she
but but
say?
but people went and cleaned that up. When they
What she
seen that
say?
people were going back 2-3 years on Joe account, that's when people started cleaning up their own account.
What did you? Can you tell us what she said? The baby mama.
Olivia Johnson.
I don't know quote for quote, man. I had to go through my files.
Okay.
I had to go through my files. But I know that it was time that she wasn't even letting Tyrone see his own kids.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. We ain't gonna play dumb. We ain't gonna play dumb like she ain't running. She ran the Georgia chase behind that married man.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, dog, like I did things genuinely. You know what I mean? Like when I did things about let's donate to the kids because that was genuinely. Oh well, so I seen it go for me in one movie. So I like, okay, well, let's go ahead. People get together. That was genuinely. It wasn't about me. It was about them. Y'all donate to them, whatever y'all could donate. Donate, man. People would donate $200, $300, $400, 12, donate all type of money. All type of money to these people. Oh, whatsoever. So then here come the well, we gonna we don't need no money. Oh, whatsoever. To man, we need the community to come in and donate. You know what I mean, for the PI and this and this and this and that. And then you got people that start donating all that. Cause when y'all seen them people donate, you know what I mean, to the cash app for the baby mama, now all of a sudden, you know what I mean, y'all mind, y'all like, oh shit, well, we do need money now. Oh, so we could go to the next level. First off, y'all knew a week before y'all even said anything that the medical examiner had made a ruling. I knew because I had talked to Tyrone and he already told me that the medical examiner was closing the case. So y'all waited a week before y'all was talking about, oh, we gonna give an update and we gonna at this time, man, we need donation, man, cause we mean take it to the next level and all this. Y'all had already plotted on the donations. Y'all seen so many people vested in emotionally tired. Emotionally tired, man. We were twins here. Man, bro, between Gigi, me, and a couple other bloggers, man, I'm talking about, bro, we up countless nights
Yes.
talking about this. So people was emotional. I know on my page, people emotionally tied in. But I was going so hard, people thought that was my child. You know what I mean? People emotionally tied in. So when people emotionally tied in, guess what they do? They open their wallet. They open their purse. Because they so emotionally tied in. The story has been painted to the point where this man is what every woman wants. A provider, a person that gonna be there, rub your feet, always there, affection, lovable, careable. This the picture that was painted. So a lot of women got drawn in because this is what they like right now. Them spots that they were the story they was seeing and the things they were seeing, that's what a lot of women was liking and even still liking. And they wanted that. So that's why a lot of women got drawn in because they felt it. It hit close to their heart. So they felt like they were obligated to help get justice for this man. Get justice because their heart was telling them that he didn't deserve that. This was a man that every woman wanted. That's how the story will push. That's how it will push. It will push with no flaws. The only flaw was Lulu. That's how the story will push. And even now, people still trying to push it as that narrative. But when you sit back and you think about it, people who really investigated, really dug in, you know that that's not true.